Hello friends, welcome to Quick Horror Story. Today I have a new horror story for you all. The title of today's story is Whispers of the Past, a haunting week in Aunt's mansion, so let's begin. In the waning days of autumn, I, a curious and impressionable 13-year-old, embarked on a holiday adventure to my aunt's mansion nestled in the heart of Rajasthan. The mansion stood as a silent witness to the passage of time, its ancient walls echoing tales of love, loss, and the unexplained. Little did I know that the tranquility of the day would give way to a haunting experience that would linger in the corridors of my memory. My aunt, a widow for many years, resided in the expansive mansion with her 3 daughters. The eldest had already embraced the bonds of matrimony, leaving the second and third daughters to share the mansion's secrets. With my younger niece by my side, I eagerly anticipated days filled with laughter and joy, unaware of the shadows that lurked within the mansion's depths. The sunlit hours were filled with card games, shared laughter, and the warmth of familial bonds. The mansion's grandeur shone through as sunlight streamed through stained glass windows, casting intricate patterns on the ancient rugs that adorned the floors. But as dusk descended, the very same grandeur took on an ominous hue. Our nighttime abode was a cavernous room, dominated by an expansive window that opened to the mansion's sprawling yard. As the clock struck 10:30 p.m., the mansion, draped in shadows, underwent a transformation. The once inviting atmosphere now felt like a tapestry woven with the threads of unseen entities. Unable to succumb to sleep, I lay restless in the cavernous bed. It was then that the haunting cry of a peacock pierced the silence. The distant call seemed to emanate from the yard, and compelled by an unsettling curiosity, I peered out of the window. Beneath the canopy of the night, a figure materialized in the yard, a girl, her hair untethered, dancing with ethereal grace. Her movements, illuminated by the silvery moonlight, seemed both spectral and real. I roused my cousin, desperate for confirmation, but she dismissed my concerns, attributing them to fatigue or imagination. My gaze returned to the window, only to find the spectral girl atop the neighbor's house. The yard lay empty, the girl having traversed an impossible distance in mere moments. Fear gripped my heart as I shrouded myself in a blanket, desperately seeking refuge from the unseen presence that had breached the mansion's sanctuary. Morning brought skepticism and laughter from my family. My eerie encounter was dismissed as a product of my imagination or the nocturnal cries of a peacock. Unbeknownst to them, the echoes of the paranormal persisted, lurking in the shadows cast by the mansion's ancient walls. Upon my return home, the youngest of my cousins approached me with a revelation that would send shivers down my spine. She confided in me, disclosing that her elder sister bore the weight of possession by the tormented spirit of a girl. A girl who had met a gruesome end, burned alive by her own brothers on the very roof, that now seemed to attract otherworldly energies. In the wake of my eerie experiences and the revelation of my second cousin's possession, our peaceful family gathering morphed into a battleground between the living and the vengeful spirit that had ensnared her unsuspecting soul. The mansion, once a haven of familial bonds, now pulsated with an eerie energy that reverberated through the very walls that bore witness to a tragic history. My second cousin, a vibrant young woman, had unwittingly become the vessel for a malevolent spirit seeking retribution. The entity, once a living girl subjected to a horrific fate at the hands of her own brothers, had found an unholy refuge within the recesses of my cousin's being. Attempts on her life were not mere whispers of spectral threats, they materialized in sinister and inexplicable ways. The supernatural forces unleashed their wrath, manifesting as unseen hands attempting to strangle her in the dead of night or manipulating everyday objects to orchestrate near-fatal accidents. The battle between the corporeal and ethereal waged relentlessly, the boundaries between the living and the dead blurring in the haunted halls of the ancestral mansion. My aunt, a stoic matriarch who had weathered the storms of life, now faced a challenge beyond the realms of mortal comprehension. Alongside her, my other cousins, armed with familial love and a determination to protect their kin, stood as the bulwark against the relentless onslaught of the vengeful spirit. Late-night vigils turned into rites of protection, with the family members encircling my possessed cousin, invoking prayers and rituals passed down through generations. Candles flickered in tandem with the shadows that danced across the room, as the battle between the supernatural and the human unfolded in the dimly lit space. Visits to spiritual leaders and exorcists became a routine, each attempting to sever the ethereal ties that bound the tormented spirit to the earthly realm. But the malevolent force resisted, its whispers echoing through the mansion, taunting the living with the secrets of its tragic demise. As the struggle persisted, the mansion itself seemed to morph into a battleground of cosmic forces, its ancient walls pulsating with the tension of unseen energies. The air grew heavy with the weight of the past, and every creaking floorboard seemed to carry the echoes of the ghostly entity seeking vengeance. The battle reached its zenith one fateful night when, during a particularly intense exorcism ritual, the possessed cousin spoke in a voice not her own. The tortured spirit recounted the gruesome tale of her demise, revealing the names of her perpetrators and the desolation that had consumed her soul. In that climactic moment, the supernatural forces relented, as if compelled by the release of long-buried truths. The mansion fell into an uneasy calm, the oppressive atmosphere dissipating like morning mist. The entity, having found a semblance of closure through the acknowledgement of its tragic past, seemed to fade into the netherworld. The battles waged in that haunted mansion left an indelible mark on each family member. Though the vengeful spirit had retreated, its echoes lingered in the corridors, a reminder that the past and present are intertwined in ways unfathomable to mere mortals. That's it, folks. If you like this story, please like, share and subscribe for more.